that left side. It ends up short, so second serve.
Stephen Blackmore, you're on court number 8. Stephen Deck, Ryan Blackmore, where are you guys? You're on court number 8.
This is a very busy tournament this weekend. They are using 4 different clubs. There are over 700 participants in the U.S. Open this year. Players coming in here into downtown Minneapolis from all over the world. Nine serving 2. Salas with a pretty big lead here in game 1. Kalani has had some success as a junior player as well as a collegiate athlete, competing in collegiate nationals. She also just finished her master's degree in Virginia. Replay hinder called. Lawrence arguing with the ref that that was a pass shot. A referee called replay though. Quite a few nicks and just cracks and angles on some of the glass windows that can cause some court hinders, although we do not play court hinders. But you'll notice if the ball catches those spots just right, it's going to cause some funny bounces. So other than a little tiny microphone in the court and one of the ceiling lights, it's just hanging out, just a crack. Somebody must have hit it pretty hard. So other than those predetermined court hinders, the LPRT does not play court hinders. So these players got to keep their feet moving and be ready for anything, any bounce, any crazy bounce. Smart shots by Kehlani Lawrence. First side out. Side out. Dallas back in the service box. 2 points away from game 1. If you are watching at home, if you have never been to the U.S. Open, it is an incredible event. Right downtown Minneapolis, very easy to get to. There's a fly right into the airport. There's a light rail that brings you right downtown. The light rail costs all of about $2. And then there's plenty of hotels right downtown. You can stay down here, walk to the club, walk to the other clubs, or shuttle to the additional Lifetime Fitness clubs. It's a really neat event. If you haven't been here yet, you need to experience it at least one time. Welcome back live here at 2018 U.S. This is game number of 32 match between Kaylana Bailey Lawrence and Salas Solis. Salas took that first game 11-3. Two. Tough D serve to that right side. That's a great serve. That serve by Lawrence barely came off the back wall. Samantha Salas had to just flip it to the ceiling. Gave it Kalani a setup. And just like that, quick side out. Short serve. Salas had about 3 opportunities, setups on her forehand. She finally put that third one away. Skip ball on that return. 3 serves 1. Side out. Still 3 serving 1. Samantha Salas of Monterrey, Mexico, serving here in game 2. Samantha won that first game. Another point for Salas. Samantha was not able to attend the U.S. Open last year. And if you missed it, she was out for shoulder surgery last summer. She missed most of the season. The U.S. Open the year before that, she did make her very first trip to the finals, and I think she's got her eyes set on that again this year. She is currently the number 3 seed. We have an incredibly tough draw here for the LPRT this week. 40 pros from about a dozen different countries. And we have a timeout. We'll take a break. We'll be back here live in 45 seconds. Welcome back. We're live here at the U.S. Open. Back in after a timeout. Samantha Salas leads this game 7-1 after winning that first game over Kalani Bailey Lawrence. I am happy to be joined here today with Coach Fran Davis. Thank you for joining us here, Fran.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm glad I had a moment to come here. I tell you what, the other match that's going on, I'm not sure if you know, it's 2-1 Alexandra, but each game was either 13-11, 12-10.
So that's Alexandra Herrera
Is
and
up
Michelle De La Rosa?
Yes, it's 2-1 Alexandra, but an excellent match.
Good to hear that.
Yep.
That's what we came here to watch.
Yeah.
But we know this is a round of 32. It's just an incredible draw this weekend for the LPR team. Some really tough matchups starting already in the round of 32.
Yeah, I remember, a few years ago when, the draws weren't as strong and they just kept getting stronger and stronger every year. You got to come right out of the gate in the round of 32s. There's no, I could, kind of coast first round, second round.
No warm-up match.
None at all.
Right.
Which is showing the depth of both on the men's side and the women's side, which is great for racquetball.
It's incredibly talented, an incredibly talented tour right now, both tours.
Yeah,
and with the increasing population in Mexico and South America of all these young players coming up.
Yeah, and it's great. I know a lot about it because I coach Paola Longoria from Mexico. And, what all of these countries do is they support their players financially, with coming to tournaments like this, whether it's the U.S. Open or some of the, LPRT events. And, some countries give, small stipends per month. They give them travel expenses. So it's really the popularity within all of those countries, South America, Central America, has just exploded on both, for boys and girls. And that's why, and then you have the Reaching Your Dream Foundation that supports them as well. And so you put all that together and we've got great talent.
Yes, absolutely. You can say it better than that.
And now we've got a great matchup. I know Samantha Salas very, very well because Paola and Samantha are doubles partners. Samantha, as I'm sure you talked about, a year ago, missed this tournament because of her shoulder surgery, has come back strong. She made it to the finals of the first event this year. She is fit. She's hitting the ball solid, but again, now she's playing someone that took second at the U.S. Open Nationals, Kalani Bailey, that came through the junior ranks. It's a great match. I don't think the score is indicative of how well Kalani is playing. But again, another young star coming up. She won national doubles in Arizona. And, but Samantha just has so much experience, at big tournaments like this. And a lot of it is mental,
It's funny you mentioned that. I was so shocked to hear. I was talking to Kalani Bailey Lawrence the other night, and on Tuesday night
Oh, that's right. She got married.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still getting used to that. We were talking on Tuesday night when we got into the airport about the same time, and she said, "This is my first U.S. Open."
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked because I've just known her as such a great player for so long. I did not know she had never competed on this stage at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, a lot of players, especially juniors, because the junior worlds are right around the same time as this tournament, a month later. So when it comes to missing school, they can't afford to miss that much school.
Right.
They can't afford at the junior level. They have to pay their own way. They have to do their own fundraising. So or their parents have to pay. So their parents don't have some of them don't have the financial whereabouts to be able to send them to do back-to-back tournaments and miss that much school. I know because I coached Wayne Antone and Jordan Cooper-Ryder. They made the team for many, many years, Mitchell Turner. And they had a fundraise, and I helped them the last 2 years to fundraise and raised about $2,000. And that was enough for airfare.
Right.
Because when they're playing internationally,
right.
It's a big chunk of change.
But they do it because they love it. I mean, these players love to play racquetball. I mean, it's the competition, the sport itself is just amazing, obviously.
Well, I mean, you know, talk about me. You know, I coach the #1 male and female player. If I did that in tennis or golf or any other major sport, if I did a basketball team at college, I'd be making probably 10, 15 times what I'm making. It's because we all love the sport and very passionate about it. And the two gals out there playing right now are just, you know, and I could speak, I know Samantha very, very well. She, you know, she loves the game, she trains, she eats, sleeps, drinks, fitness, you know, Kalani, you know, I knew her mom because her mom came up, you know, through the pro ranks when I did, and she's a racquetball baby, you know, came up through the ranks, played, and, but she's got her hands full now, like you said, first time. Nerves. That's the biggest thing, is when somebody's feeling nerves. And I think you're going to tell us what the score is here?
Yeah, so we're in a timeout right now. Samantha Salas is a pretty good lead here at 9-2 here in game 2 over Kalani Bailey Lawrence. We'll just stay right here for now. It's a quick 45-second break.
Yeah, and like I was saying, you know, when it comes to this level in any sport, you know, whether you're looking at tennis or golf or anything, you know, usually two people are physically talented. You know, it comes down to, you know, mental toughness, believing in yourself, your fitness level, you know. You know, they say Rocky Carson's the most fittest player on tour on the men's side. You know, I would probably say that Paola and Samantha are probably the two most fittest women on, you know, the LPRT side.
Well, you know what? It's a requirement now. Like, if you want to compete at this level, fitness has to be part of your training routine. Absolutely, there's no way around it.
Yeah, I remember when I was, you know, watching tennis and growing up and watching Martina Navratilova and Chris Everett. You know, when Martina came along and started cutting balls off and started working out, and she brought the tennis on the women's side to a whole nother level. And I think that's what's happening. You know, Paola and Samantha are leading the way to fitness. You can't not be fit and be in the top 10.
9 serving to side out.
Beautiful
Kalani,
shot by Kalani.
She gets back in the box here. So, Coach Fran, what does the U.S. Open look like for you? I'm sure you have a lot of players here this weekend. Do you just go from court to court to court?
Well, you know, I tell everybody that, you know, I have time for, you know, I make time for Paola and Rocky, and like now I have a break, so I'm going to help out and commentate, you know, if I can, maybe help a player here and there. But I don't believe, me personally as a coach, I have one male on the on the IRT and one female on the LPRT. I don't have several people playing. It's just too much psychically for me, and it's not fair to the players. So those are the two. And then I have some amateurs, but they already know, because if they're not at this club, the main club, I can't get in a bus and go to their club. So they're pretty much on their own, and you know, there's just a lot going on here. You know, today potentially I have, you know, 5 matches, and that's a lot. You know, 2 hours each match. Great wide angle wrap serve. Excellent choice of serves. If you are watching at home, I know for myself, I teach that to a lot of high-level players, you know, elite or higher. That wrap serve is used in singles and doubles, and it forces your opponent to hit on the move. I think Kalani was asking for a replay hinder. I didn't see it. But she clearly held up. I don't know if it was or wasn't. Samantha's questioning why was that considered a hinder. And as a player, you have a right to question the ref. You can't be belligerent and you can't harass them, but you can surely step out and ask a question as to a rule explanation.
Right. And that's always the way that the players behave, isn't it, Fran?
Mm-hmm. Unforced error. That is what you need to do, is you have to minimize your unforced errors. You have to maximize on your opportunities that you create. I think Samantha's got to stay aggressive. What got her to winning the first game and being up 9-2 is to be aggressive. Now, to me, she's playing defensive. She's not shooting the ball. She's not taking control of the match. She's not moving Kalani out. And she needs to keep that game of being aggressive, controlling the middle, because that's what got her to a big lead, and that's what got her to 1-0. And a lot of people do that. When they get a big lead, they sit on a big lead, and they play, instead of to win, they play not to lose. And if you understand that, it means you play conservative, you play defensive, you hope your opponent makes the mistake. If you're up with a big lead, whatever got you to that big lead is what you need to continue to do.
So, Fran, I'm trying to explain to people at home, especially people who have never been to the U.S. Open, what it's like to be here at this event.
Well, I'm sure, people, that are sports oriented watch different sports, the NCAA championships, the World Series. That's what it is. It's like the U.S. Open tennis or U.S. Open golf. People are from all over the world. The energy is high level. The talent is high. All of the manufacturers are here. Everybody in the sport is here. All the coaching is here. If you're anything, in this sport, you are at this event. And I tell you what, this is, going on for how many years? 1996 was the first year.
This is year 23.
So 23 years. I've been here 22. Unfortunately, I missed a year when I broke both my arms in a bicycle accident. But you don't want to miss this if you don't have to. This is a great event.
Yeah,
and one of the things I love about it, it's got the men and the women pros together.
It is the grand stage of the year for racquetball. It is the biggest event, and it is a prestigious title for these pros to win a U.S. Open title.
There is no question that they're all vying for a spot, for that covenant title. It's just. When you watch even tennis, and because I love tennis, when you watch Serena playing in the finals of the U.S. Open, she makes millions and millions and millions of dollars in endorsements. It's the prestige of winning that event.
That's game 2 goes to Samantha Salas. We'll take a little break here. We'll be back in about 90 seconds. right, welcome back. We're live at the United Healthcare U.S. Open in downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. This is game number 3 of our round of 32 match between Samantha Salas-Solis and Kalani Bailey Lawrence. Samantha, who is serving as a 2-game lead.
You know, and I think the difference is why Samantha has a 2-0 lead is Kalani, again, as we talked, first time here, has made way too many unforced errors, just like that. Set up off the back, Samantha's in the middle, ends the rally. You know, that's the difference between, you know, a top 4 player and, you know, some of the other lower level players is finishing the point. You have an opportunity, you want to finish the point here at the U.S. Open or home, wherever you're watching. Right, Mr. Dave Boyovich. Nice shot by Samantha. Again, another great offensive shot. She must stay offensive. Go defense when you're off balance, out of position. But if you have a setup, you want to take a high percentage offensive shot and end the rally if you can, or force a weak return.
Kalani asking for a short serve.
And since there are no lines people right in this round, and you can't appeal the serve, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
3 serving 0. 4 serving 0. Sorry about that.
Nice aggressive shot by Kalani.
Yeah, the good thing is, as Kalani and I were talking about this being her first U.S. Open ever, she also said now that she's graduated graduate school, she has a job, now she's able to play some more pro stops. So she is committed to trying to make more LPRT stops this season, which I think can only help her game. I mean, you have to keep competing at this level to get better and to get this experience.
Absolutely.
Mentally and physically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but now she has a husband. She took one thing off her plate and added another, but I know that he's very, very supportive, and you know, she's got a whole family behind her, and it would be great to see, you know, not only young talent, but from the U.S., because we are dominated, you know, both sides, the women and the men. Young South American, Central American people coming in, not a lot from the U.S., so it's great to see young U.S. talent, and Kalani for sure are one of those people that can break through the top 10. Absolutely. Nice serve, but even a better return. That's what she has to do. She has to be aggressive. She has to, you know, believe in her shots. She's been here before. She has to play as loose as you possibly can. It's another day on the court. She has to think that she's back in Virginia, and she's not here at the U.S. Open playing Samantha, has been the number 2 player in the world.
3.
Number 3. She's 3 now?
She's 3 is the highest ranking that Samantha has ever
Thank
had,
you.
and she's back up to that spot at number 3.
3 in singles, 1 in doubles.
Yes. So Samantha will pair up with the number 1 player in the world, Paula Longoria, in doubles, and they are the number 1 seeds for this event.
Yeah, but there are so many great teams in that draw. You know, it's going to be really, really exciting to watch. Nice pass. Oh,
wow,
my
what a
goodness.
great
Right.
under-the-leg shot. So that was a penalty hinder called. Point for Samantha Salas.
And if you notice, she set her feet, she put her racket up, she was ready to go offense. That's why she got the penalty hinder, which means either a side out or a point in this case. Case of you, I get that all the time as a coach. What's a penalty hinder? But Samantha had every shot in the book, straight in, cross court. Therefore, it's a penalty hinder. Another opportunity. So if I was coaching, Kalani, like if she misses a few of those, I'd say just attack like you're doing, but go to the ceiling, get Samantha deep, make Samantha shoot from the back left corner as much as you possibly can, or make her go to the ceiling and not give her anything in the middle of the court with her forehand. She is definitely dominant on that right side, and you don't want to give her an offensive opportunity. So, that would be the advice that I would give to Kalani Bailey. Again, I've watched Paola and Samantha play hundreds of times, and I know Samantha's game like a book, and she's great from both sides, but she definitely is weaker from the left side of the court.
So players are just questioning exactly what happened, asking the referee. Kalani's getting clarification into what the referee's call was.
And the reason we're asking for clarification, I think the ref doesn't understand English as much, and Kalani was talking English, and then Natalia was nice enough to translate just to tell her what was going on. Samantha's playing very, very loose, very relaxed, and because of that, she is and aggressive. She's got complete control of this third game. 8-0 obviously is complete control. Oh, 8-1, sorry.
So there's so many people here, and it's so loud. It's hard to hear the score sometimes.
Yeah.
We're
not slow. We're just, surrounded by a lot of people.
So Todd, upchurch down to your question. This is a round of 32 match between a number 3 player on tour, Samantha Salas-Solis in the long sleeves, currently serving against the number 30 seed for this event, Kalani Bailey Lawrence. Kalani from Roanoke, Virginia. Samantha Salas is serving from Monterrey, Mexico.
Goes up, cuts it off. Beautiful shot. See, Samantha was off balance, so she went to the ceiling. Now she's set, and she's going to shoot the ball and gets right back to the middle.
Shot.
Excellent. Good timeout by Kalani.
Welcome back here. 9 serving 1 in game 3. Samantha Salas-Solis of Monterrey, Mexico is 2 points away from ending this match. Kaylani Berry Lawrence comes back in with a quick side out. 1 serving 9. So the Lady Pros are playing 3 or best out of 5 games. Games 2-11, win by 2.
Beautiful backhand. Again, it came off the back. Samantha just had an easy setup, straight in. Classic shot, down the line pass, and you know, it wound up being lower than Kalani thought and couldn't get to it. Excellent return. That's classic. Great drive serve to the right. Gets a weak return. Kalani should have gone to the ceiling. She tries to shoot it, leaves it up, and Samantha pinches it into the right corner. Kalani can't catch up to the ball because she's shooting from 38 feet.
Match point here for Samantha Salas Solis. And that'll do it. Samantha moves on to the round of 16. Next up on this very court, we've got a tough match between number 7 ranked player Maria Jose Vargas and the number 26 seed tough player Jenny Dazanavia. So we'll be back here live in about 15 minutes.